rats, check it. We are at my house in my garage, and that is because my brother-in-law's 2001 Toyota Sienna broke down on his way home from work today, and I'm gonna try and help get this thing back on the road for him. I think we found the problem after messing with this for a couple of hours, so let's dig in and get this thing fixed. At a 2001 Toyota Sienna, it has a V6 engine with an automatic transmission. This car has about 240,000 miles, and it's still kicking pretty strong for him. He uses it for his plumbing job to pack all his tools, and it's been quite a great little rig for him. He had to get this thing towed over to my house on his way home from work, and turns out I think we've got a bad fuel pump. He initially suspected having a bad alternator, but it cranks really well. The battery has a really good charge on it, and when I go to jumper power to the fuel pump, nothing happens. So let me show you what that looks like. Here I'm going to show you my testing procedure for making sure that this fuel pump is bad. So if you take this cover off right here on the driver's side, on the underside you're going to see one of these relays is called the circuit open relay, and it's that one right there, which corresponds with this relay right here, which I have removed. Now with that relay out, I have bypassed the relay, and I am now supplying direct power, which is the relay's job, but I'm doing it myself, straight to the fuel pump. So here on the wiring diagram, you can see we have this circuit open relay right here. That's this guy right here. You have the coil side of the relay, which is this little squiggly line over here, and that coil will magnetically pull the switch side of the relay shut and supply power from this red wire, boom, to our fuel pump, which is right there. So we have effectively bypassed this whole relay, this blue guy right here, by putting a plug in here and here, which is what this whole assembly is right here. So just to prove that we are now giving power straight to that fuel pump, I have got my multimeter, and we've got 12 volts on one side of it and 12 volts on the other right there. You know what that means, people? That means this guy needs a fuel pump. And thankfully he's got a brother-in-law who is going to bust this out at about 9 o'clock at night, and then first thing in the morning I'll get my new pump and we'll throw it in and he'll be back on the road. So let's climb underneath this thing. I've already put it up on jack stands, and let me show you how this thing works. What's up? Don't say that. You're on video. I'm gonna post that on the YouTube channel on this car. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So my wife's putting kids down right now, because I'm a horrible father and I'm not helping tonight because I'm doing this instead. And she's telling me about the woes of putting our 2-year-old down. I love putting our 2-year-old down. He's actually pretty easy with me, but she's just, it's a learning curve for her, which is funny because usually the moms are the ones that know everything. So sweet. Okay, let's get underneath this thing and let's see how to take this tank out. Okay guys, under the car I've got my jack stands. Make sure you work safe, not dumb. There is a splash guard that lives like this right here. It's got several bolts holding it on. There's one there, a couple over there, a couple back here. That guy comes off like that. Set him aside. Then we need to take our fuel connectors off. There are 2 of them. We have one for our evap line right there, and this is on the driver's side. It's a quick disconnect, so there's 2 little tabs, one on each side right there and one on the back side. You press this in slightly, that'll make pulling this whole assembly off easier. So press the whole thing back onto the pipe a little, squeeze both tabs, and rotate it off like that. This This line is the evap line, the skinnier of the two, and it does not have fuel in it. On the other side, we have got another one right here, and this is the fuel line. Now this one will leak fuel once you squeeze it and take it apart, so I'm gonna wait to do that till the end, once I am ready to drop the tank, because this line is actually flexible. You'll see it. It's a soft line. We have a lot of room to move once we undo it from those two little clips. So this thing will come down pretty far with the tank. So next up, we're going to take the fuel filler neck off. You can see it where it comes down from the car right there and screws into the tank right in here. We're going to take it off on the car side so that we can kind of bend it over on itself and keep it from leaking fuel out, because he's got about 3/4 of a tank of fuel in here, and I think that is going to put it above this level if we take that out, and I don't want fuel leaking inside my garage. So to get to that, there is a clamp right there. You can see it right there. And that is a worm style clamp that is, I believe, only Phillips head, so hopefully it's not rusted and nasty. Okay, moving on, we have got this connector right here that needs to come out. We've got two little tabs. Press them in on each side and pull the whole thing out. Like that. Okay, a little pick tool. Sometimes I like to press on the back side of these. Okay, that remaining portion of the harness goes back to the fuel pump, so that's not going to come off yet. Okay, we've got two more connectors right here. This is an evap line right here, and this one is kind of a pain in the butt to get off. We might do it. We'll pull this guy out of these little clamps. Pull this clamp out right here. Okay, that should get us free. Then we just have our 14mm bolts that hold the tank straps on in the back. I'll take those out with you guys out behind it. Oh, that was a lot of work that you guys didn't even see. But I got the filler neck off. Ow! Oh, that sucked. Guys, this tank is very heavy. Okay, just gonna slowly let this jack down. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Help if my jack wasn't a piece of crap. We can see what we got to work with under here, guys. We've got the filler neck disconnected. We have that wiring loom that comes over to the fuel pump, needs to come off. And the vent tubes on the back side over there that need to come off as well. So I think this guy's still plenty free for us to come down some more. Pick tool behind it. Actually press it on slightly. Pick tool behind it and pry up. That is one of my favorite ways to do those, guys. stick the pick tool in the back side of the connector and pry up on the tab. Puts it in and push it off. And there we go. Those wires are free. Now all we should really have is the evap lines on the back side. I will slowly try and come down with my jack that doesn't work that good. Whoa! You can see the vent tube over here that's kind of bent up like that. I think it's still good. I don't think it's gonna break. Let's go like this, just to be sure. There we go. Yeah, we got tons of slack on that one, guys. Remember, this one has already been disconnected right here on that side. So I'm gonna come all the way down now. There we go. Well, I don't know if this tank will slide out of here without taking the jack out from underneath it. Just gonna rotate it until it comes off. My foot's stuck. Oh man, my foot's really stuck. Give me my boot. There we go. That, my friends, is how you drop a tank on a 2001 Toyota Sienna. Our last vacuum line right there, and this fuel line take off, and we're ready to get this out of here. Okay, remember what I said about the fuel line. Just squeeze the two little clips. Press it in slightly, squeeze the clips, pull her back. Wiggle, wiggle, pull, pops off. And we don't really have any residual fuel in it. That's nice. Okay, people, I think we're ready to pull this tank out. Oh my gosh. That has every bit of like 18 gallons of gas in it. Okay, there we go. Boom! Okay guys, once more, I have jumpered again with the key on. We should have power and ground to the fuel pump. And look, we have power and ground to the fuel pump connector, meaning this guy isn't doing its job inside there. Let's try one more thing. Let's jumper power to that and see if it runs. Nothing. She did. Dead pump. No work. Needs to be changed. Let's clean up our mess and we will get this thing taken out. Just clean this off a bit. Yeah, nope. Okay, in case you're wondering, guys, this is a brushless ratchet. Should not make things go boom when I use it because it doesn't make sparks. Okay, we have little tabs right here. You pull those back and bring this guy up and out. Should have blown any dust that broke loose from that out. And wiggle this connector, wriggle this little guy out. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Wiggle this guy out the rest of the way. It does not want to come out. There we go. Just pry on the sides of the tab slightly and it'll pop out of the way. Set that aside for later. This guy should now be pretty free to come out. That was a good time to note how this went in. And I'm going to take a picture. Take a quick picture. Ready to take the lock ring off. Set that aside. And pull this sending unit up and out. Let it drain slightly. And then just kind of finagle it out until the whole unit comes out as a whole. And I'll let it slowly drain. Because our fuel pump stopped working, this isn't really full like it normally would be. So, win-win. So now that we got this out of here, guys, we just need to I'm taking the fuel pump out by itself. I'm not going to replace the whole module because it costs well over $700. So you can see the pump in there, right there. And we need to take this guy off right here. And you can see just several tabs all around the base. We're just going to slowly pry them off and work it off the assembly. Oops. Somebody's taking a leak. And it's not me. Here we go. Get this one. There. And one more right here. Whoa! You guys see that? Spring loaded and everything. There's a little rubber bumper right there that you want to make sure you hold on to. I bet you that doesn't come with your new pump. And then here's our fuel sock. That also does not come with your new pump usually. You gotta order that separately. Let's do the wiggle, 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 wiggle. See if we can get this out of here. Oh, maybe it's the turn wiggle. Nope. I think we're gonna have to take the other half of the cage off. It can only go on one way because there's this big slit here, so no need for pictures. I can't tell what seems to be holding it up. It's the actual pump. It's the sock on the pump. That little clip, I cannot lose that, so I'm gonna set it down. Well, that just shot off into oblivion. That's great. Just what I didn't want to happen. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and I guess we got like a pressure regulator or something right here. That guy's got to come out as well. Maybe an anti-drain back valve. I don't know what that guy is, but it's coming off too. You just got to pull like you mean it on this top side. But with this in here, you just got to pull like you mean it. Pops off. There's a little tab in here it rides on, and a little nub it sits on in there. And that comes off, and this thing's ready to rock, I think. And this guy should just pull out of here. Nope, still doesn't pull out of there, Nick. Still. What the flip? I'm just gonna see if I can't encourage it off of there like that. There we go. Yeah. And I popped it out of that little, popped the booger out of that little slot right there, and we're good to go. That, my friends, is how you remove a fuel pump from a 2001 Toyota Sienna in your garage, on the floor.